It was just a symbolic puff of orange smoke. But for anyone more familiar with Ethiopia's centuries-long hope to divert the Nile River, it was much more explosive. Egypt, downstream of Ethiopia, wants none of it. It says the dam risks holding up the flow of the Nile that it relies on for every drop of water it gets. It cites colonial treaties that guarantee its rights to the river. For its part, Ethiopia says it provides 86% of the water that flows into Egypt, and that the other countries that border the Nile should have rights too. Politicians have even threatened attack, and the scientists are at loggerheads over the likely impact. But Ethiopia is ploughing ahead with the construction works that take place in the baking heat.
Behind me is the famous dam, and in fact, right behind me, you can see the line where, if the Ethiopians have their way, in the next 4 years, all of this, including where I'm standing right now, will be concrete and the Grand Renaissance Dam. Now, it's this kind of scale of vision that has allowed the Ethiopians to get the whole country behind this kind of project, whether they like it or not.
The project's backers could not wait to celebrate at the ceremony to divert the river, to allow construction to continue. The more immediate question is whether Ethiopia can really deliver the dam. It will cost $4.8 billion, and although the physical structure is about 20% complete, they have raised only 15% of the finance for it, all from domestic sources in a financially strapped country. But the country's leaders say they are determined to realise the vision of the late Prime Minister, Meles Zenawi. So far, donors won't go near it, but many say Ethiopia's relentless approach to national transformation, pouring in the equivalent of 15% of GDP to grand infrastructure projects this year, including the dam, may just pay off.
My view is that the growth and transformational plan is what will get Ethiopia going. Today it's one of the highest growing countries in the continent. Is one of the most availability of power. And so people who criticize this level of investment must understand that there are two logics in the competition here. A long-term logic of transformation and a short-term logic of macroeconomic stability.
Like the World Bank, the African Development Bank is lending money for power distribution lines instead, useful once the dam is finished, if it's finished, for selling electricity to the undersupplied region.
The way they've approached it is really a model. They've approached power from the viewpoint of energy security, but also as an export sector. Now, we're interested in that approach because we look at the different ways of bringing down the power costs in this region.
For now, both sides have agreed to keep talking, but Ethiopia says it has no plans to slow down.